Hello, Judy here from Thistledew Creations. Welcome back and thanks for joining me. I thought I would just do a little arm's length crafting. I'm expecting hubby home soon, so I can't get into too much, but I have this envelope that I got with Happy Mail in it the other day, and I've taken all of the address stuff off, and so I've got some rough spots, I've got a rough torn edge, and then a nicely cut edge as well. And I just thought I would just decorate it and make it into a double pocket or a wraparound page edge that you could wrap around a page and clip on, something like that. I just thought I would just have a little play with some bits of scrap. So I'm just going through my scrap drawers and gathering just a few little things. I have something here that I've been meaning to use and haven't yet. And let's see, some tea bag and some more text, some brown paper bag. Let's see about some music. Just grabbing whatever's on top of each drawer and seeing if I can figure out what to do with it. Black and white drawer here that has the textured wallpaper. A few little scraps of that. Got here a ticket of some sort. Looks like maybe hospital parking. And some black. And this drawer, get a little better every day. That could be used today. A rubber stamp seed company. Let's see where we end up with this stuff, and then see what we can use for focal points. So if I'm going to do it as that page wrapper, I think I would do it this way, so that this one it's got a bit of a swoop cut in it, so that that's on the front. So here I will do a little collage. Maybe start with this. So make sure I hit play, record. I'm going to ink it because it's very white. Let's just pretend it isn't so new. This is from when I take my dad to the hospital. $12 to park for the day. I know it was more in Toronto. It was $25 a day when Mom was up there. It's almost like a cardstock. We'll do it with both white glue and wet glue, or glue stick and wet glue, I should say. I haven't planned anything out. I'm just doing this. I'll put this down in the corner. And then we'll throw some map with it. Be a little bit of the pink part and a little bit of the green part. I love an inked map, torn edges and inked. same thing. Put that torn edge close to the other torn edge. And then I do want to ink the envelope, the torn edge of the envelope. I'll do it with the darker ink, the ground espresso. Side. Tuesday today, and I just was at my dad's. I had to stop at a job site this morning, get my carpenter going, which is Brian today, and introduce him to the customer and show him what he needed to do. And I went and got my hair done, and then I went to my dad's. Had a coffee with him and did a few little things, and then my sister was taking us out for lunch for my birthday. So my sister and my brother and my dad and my niece and little Sammy, who will be 2 in October, I believe. He was the entertainment for sure of the whole luncheon. And we went to Eastside Mario's, which was delicious. And then back to Dad's patio to soak up a few rays. Well, he had a little nap in the sun. Not really a nap, just nodded off, I would say. I just closed my eyes and let the sun hit me in the face. Felt so good. It's been a long winter. So this envelope has been sitting on my desk for about a week, maybe a little more, and just sort of calling to me. Decorate me. I just haven't had time. So this I'm going to ink a little bit. I love this Anaglypta wallpaper. I'm always looking for it to be on clearance or at a thrift store or yard sale. It's a great thing to craft with. Adds such great texture. Cupertino, I think that is Italy, if I'm not mistaken. Something for over here, maybe music. Oh, I do have something out of a astrology book that's about the right size. So let's see about that. I like the shape of that edge. I just want it a little narrower. And it's already a little bit yellowed just from age. I'm going to ink it some more. And this will probably be okay with just glue stick. This is very thin, like newsprint paper. this, so that'll be on the front or back, depending on which way it is in the book. And then this will be the other side that you'll see. So let's start with a fairly big piece of music. This one piece is torn, so I'll just see if I can glue it down anyway. I didn't ink it. It'll have to do. Can't really tell it up and down very well. There is an SF, which I assume goes this way. This side, I think I'm going to do that kind of layered papers effect. And this is the one I've been wanting to use for a while, which is a money wrapper, coin wrapper. I'm just going to rip it sort of square at the bottoms. And I think I can have this out and have this poking out from underneath it, maybe like that. It's hard to put anything on top of that, or like halfway on top of it, because it's so textural. I'm not going to ink this either because it's already nice and brown. We finally have a nice sunny day today. I actually should probably be sitting on the porch having a drink when Brian gets home. But maybe what I'll do is get this out of the way and then I'll do that with him. So this I want hanging down further than the music. So if you're in the States, we have $2 coins in Canada. Toonies, they're called. So a roll of toonies is 50 bucks. They add up fast. I went yard sailing this weekend, and my toonies that I had left over from yard sailing was $60 worth just in my pocket. Like it just adds up so fast. And you save your change that way. Nice quiet house this afternoon. I was just really hoping to get a couple of videos done for you and for me. I wanted to get that haul from when we went to Ottawa. I wanted to get it done so I could put everything away, start using it. And I don't think I'm using any of it yet. I had other things sitting on my desk that needed to be used up. Looks good. And then on the inside here, maybe it would be better to have this as journaling space. So what have I got for color? I've got some pink. I've got this reddish pink here. So maybe I could do this on the inside for journaling space, or even this way. One thing I haven't been able to find lately, or haven't seen lately, is my tear ruler. Not sure where it went. I didn't want a perfect cut, so I wanted to tear it. That didn't do too bad. So pink with vintage photo, I like the look of that. Let's do that. Make it a pocket, but I don't think I will. It's pretty thin to be a pocket. A little bit of glue on the face of it there. Rub it away. And try to keep this maybe lined up, although it doesn't really matter. Do you want to ink it? Get those loose bits off of there. Pick these pretty colored papers, notepads off of Temu, and I'm trying to find ways to use it and not do everything so neutral. I guess because it's spring, I kind of feel like I want to do pretty colors. I'm just going to try to get that line lined up. It's pretty good. Might not be perfect, but it's pretty good. Good enough. I didn't use the tea bag, and I didn't use the paper bag. I don't think I need to. Don't have to use every little thing that I pulled out. I think I'd like to use some of this over here, though. Let's put just a strip of this. Kind of coordinate the back with the front a little bit. You're not going to see them at the same time, but no, I don't have any map over here, so let's put a little piece of the map over here. Using up scraps and making smaller scraps. I think I need a focal point. So let's see what we have. Maybe a paper doll. I have this stationery box. I think it was stationery in it. And I have people and paper dolls and portraits and some fussy cuts and some stickers. So the stickers I have are these little vintage ladies in green dresses and some black and white ones as well. Not feeling those today. I was thinking maybe these, but that's a little small. It's not too bad on this side. And then these ones, this one, he doesn't have anything to sit on. I'd like to get some printables of little people and do them in sepia tone. These ones, I'm sure they're not Tim Holtz. I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't say I'm sure. I don't know if they're Tim Holtz or not, but they're very black and white instead of sepia, which I would prefer. They're kind of gray. This one's not quite as gray. Maybe that would be a good sized one for there. Yeah. Let's put them on the front, and then maybe one gentleman that they're fighting over on the front, on the other side. I even cut out Scott McGilvery's body from some of our kitchen brochures. He's a sponsor for the kitchen company that I sell, Woodcrest, out of Winnipeg. He didn't put his head, so I thought I could find other heads to put on him. So this I definitely want to ink, and I think I'm gonna brown it up with some vintage photo. Make it look more like a vintage photo. It does make a difference. And the edges, so they're a little bit white. And then maybe some string or raffia or something. Let's see what I have. I have a little bit of that gold mesh. That might look cool. And I have raffia. And then maybe I'll put lace on the girl's side. And maybe even some pink rosy ribbon. Why don't I have cream lace? Actually, a piece of this blue might look good with them too. I'm going to cut just a little 1-inch piece of this is all I need because it expands like this. I can put that along beside him. And this is a job for 3-in-1. My light's flickering. I don't know if you can see that in the video or not, but my light is starting to flicker. I might need to get a new bulb for it, or I think you just have to replace the whole thing. Filming apparatus. He's kind of leaning on something, so maybe I better give him something to lean on, which could be, what? Piece of this ribbon? Something that just looks a little solid. Kind of looks good with that little bit of blue in the map. I'm going to cut it on an angle at the bottom. Definitely need to fill my bottle. My 3-in-1 glue. And then just one little piece of raffia. And what do? Fold it in half, tie it in a knot. That sort of there under his hat, and cut it off. Just hold that for a few seconds while it catches. Might even just move it back and forth a bit so that it decides to settle down. And I'll just clip this off. Oops. About there. There, that looks cool. Man of the world. And these ladies, again, we will sepia tone them up a bit, vintage photo them up a bit. I imagine that these are Temu, but they could be Tim Holtz. I wouldn't know the difference, and I got them in a swap. Or Wishes. I did request them in Wednesday Wishes one time. Now the edges. There's a little piece there that's supposed to pop out. Makes her look skinnier, doesn't it? And there's a spot there between the two of them that's supposed to pop out too. So if I'm going to put them there, maybe up this edge would be pretty. I don't usually use so much of it because it's so, well, it's not that expensive. It's from Temu. I feel like it's precious because it's so pretty. I think I'll just put those girls back. I want those little leaves just barely sticking out past the edge. And then some lace, maybe just around this side of her arm. Here, and maybe the gold as well, just a thinner bit. On top of that, maybe on top of them too. I want this underneath. So a thin line. And then I think I'm going to double that up. Where's that other piece that I cut off? There it is. Double it up down here. Almost like a little ruffle. Leave that edge sticking up. It's kind of curled. And then I'll glue them down, these lovely ladies. I think I have to add some of these to my Temu order. I don't want sticker ones. I would rather have the die cut ones that are cardstock. Like that. And then this little bit of gold. It's tricky to glue down this stuff. Run it along the middle and just let it catch on the joints. Actually, maybe I'll put it here. we go. And then I also see that I have a crown design wax seal. It's not wax, but it's wax seal sticker that I could also use here. And it's stuck onto a piece of paper. I put it on there for safekeeping. It's stuck down pretty good. I think I'm going to tear it off anyway. These are just from the Dollarama or Dollar Tree, one or the other. I think they're pretty awesome. I'm going to put that up in this corner. Pair of ladies ready to party, and a gentleman waiting to party with them. And then this is a pocket, and this is a pocket. So I'll find some goodies to put in those pockets. Maybe some more of the pink paper, for instance. In a journal, this would make sense to have some more places to write. So for this one, I can just fold it in half. And just lightly ink it, I think. Just a really light inking. Nothing too dramatic. It doesn't show up as well on the pink, but it just gives it a nice aged look. I'll do both sides. Something I did on my way to Ottawa this weekend. I took my Edith Holden Diary of an Edwardian Lady, Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. I took the book with me to read it. It's a 3.5 hour drive. It ended up taking us 5 hours to get there because we made a stop. And I read her diary, which I don't know how many of you that have done crafting with it have actually read it. It's actually quite interesting read. And I really enjoyed using that to pass the time. So we'll put this piece in here. I might want to make a little tab, either that or put it in this way so that it sticks out a little bit. Get that little pop of pink there. And then this one shows now, but when it's on the edge of a page, it's not going to show. Like when you put it over the edge of a page in a book, that'll be covered. So I'll do this one. I think I could do a trifold. This edge is just a couple of little notches torn out of it that need to be inked. Just look like they would be aged. And then just as I was inking that, I was thinking that something like this might look nice, even sticking out, because this is almost like a cardstock. I think I cut this off of Happy Mail. Pretty sure I did. Off of the envelope. And I'll just brown that up a bit more. And maybe I'll layer it up on another piece of something. Maybe this music paper. Although it would be okay if that's what I see. And then I think what I need here is my what do you call them? Ripple scissors. They're still tucked away in my suitcase, which is another video I need to do. It's going to be hard to do though, because I have a big suitcase that I took to Ottawa. I think what I need to do for a video purpose is do a smaller travel and craft kit, because this is really more, it's too much for most people. If you were going on a plane or a bus or anything, you'd never be able to take all the things that I took. And I'm just going to go around this, following the torn edges. Actually, I don't think they're torn edges. I think they were these scissors as well. This is just going to give it a little bit of a thicker. And I did that backwards, but it's fine. Backwards to the way I intended to do it. And then I think I'm going to put this so that that's sticking out. So I'm only going to glue half of it. Says get a little better every day. Which is what I hope to do for my videos. So if you've got comments, I'd like to hear them for improvements or ideas for videos, or maybe you don't like the way I do something, maybe you love the way I do something. Let me know in the comments, please. Because I would like to get a little better every day. And your comments can help me do that. So that goes in this pocket and just peeks out. And then this little card that I pulled out, the Rubber Stamp Seed Company, I think I'm going to ripple around the edges of this. I'm pretty sure this was Happy Mail as well. Somebody stamped this onto this off-white card. Must ink edges. And what can I do there? I can just put it in as another little goodie. Or I could use it to extend this too. Don't want to do it on the torn edge. Do it on the plain edge. Just so that it sticks out far enough. Do you know what I mean? That you can grab it. So that even if the pink page is all the way in, you still see that. And it's going to be this way. So I need it to be here. Pink paper is all the way in, and that would be still sticking out if I put it there. So I'm going to glue, actually I could make it a tuck spot too, couldn't I? If I glue here and here and here, I've got a tab and a tuck spot. Pretty much center it on there. And then what can I tuck in there? Some tickets, because these people aren't just meeting, they're going out on the town. Where would they go? To a show. We can put in 3 yellow tickets. Maybe they're doing a tour of the town. 3 yellow tickets. And 3 blue tickets. Actually, let's use the one that say ticket instead of keep this coupon. We'll ink these up with the ground espresso. So they're not so brilliant. These tickets were from my niece's Jack and Jill party. And for you folks in the States, Jack and Jill is what you have instead of a, well, you still have a shower for a young married couple, getting married. You still have baby showers. You still have girls' weekend, or what do they call that? Bachelorette. The boys still have their stag, which we call bachelor party, stag, or yeah, I mostly call it a stag. So Jack and Jill or Buck and Doe, stag and stagette. They called theirs a Jack and Jill. And in this one, most Jack and Jills are fundraiser parties. So sometimes it's a dance. This one, there was some music, but it wasn't really a dance. It was more about gambling and playing games to make money for the bride and groom to pay for the wedding. Sometimes they use it to pay for the honeymoon. So we got some tickets in there for all 3 of them in this little pocket. Some more places to write about their fun evening. little rubber stamp seed company tab. And then this one has get a little better every day. Maybe it doesn't go with the theme, but it's cute. And then some more writing space in here. And in here we could do another bit of collage with the tickets. Just in the corner. Maybe a snippet of lace. And what else? Everybody's favorite, a button or two. Definitely the lace goes with them. Actually, that might have been a better place for this. I do have some more of them. Let me see if I can find them. So many things. I can't seem to keep track of everything. If you were a little tiny box full of wax seal stickers, where would you be? Pink one or an ivory one, little hearts. I get these little mints at Dollar Tree and save them for little organizing boxes. There. So that's got a little decoration on the inside as well, but nice and flat. Oh, where did that go? It's not quite. Oh, there it is. I could refold that, but I've inked it. I do want it sticking out. That was the purpose, to have a bit of a tab. I'm going to put these where I'll find them easier next time. So I hope you've enjoyed my little arm's length crafting. I didn't have to get up and go get anything. I just used what I had here. That's the point, I think, of arm's length crafting. And just a project I didn't plan to do, but used up a few things, made some smaller scraps. And I think I made a pretty cute little page edger. And I'll just, the only other thing I could have done was maybe put some paper clips in it, but I want to be able to open it to write. So it would just be something that you put around a page and then clip with a big paper clip with a dangle on it or something. I've got this great big yellow one, and you can get these in all different colors. That could go, but that kind of doesn't look nice. Maybe one of the little vintage looking clip things like this would be good. Just don't want to mess up my lace before it's dry. So anyway, it might just stay there by itself too. It's got a bit of weight to it, a nice firmness to it once it dries. So I hope you've enjoyed that today. Thanks for joining me. Do come back, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.